Telecompany, Douglas Production and Svetlana Productions Moving Looping Project. Director of Program Douglas Konzen, Director of Stage Svetlana Konzen. Enjoy the video.
Okay, here's the looping project here. Battery supplies power to inverter. Inverter pumps in AC to the primary. Shorted out. And now the AC voltage coming out of secondary goes into a voltage doubler, half bridge, and that rectifies and fills up the super caps of 83 farads. And I don't have a dummy load inverter now. And instead I'm pumping what we get out of the DC from the super caps, and the DC and the voltage doubler here is in parallel, so that DC follow these white wires and it goes to the battery to charge it. Right now I have the leads to the voltmeter hooked at 12 volts right here, and I have an ammeter in DC that's measuring the amperage going into the red, the positive terminal of the battery, coming from here. It's kind of stabilized right here. So it says I have 1.26 amps in DC going into the battery at about 12 volts. I'm curious what is coming out of the battery into the inverter right now, so one moment. Well, that's kind of good news coming from the battery. I don't know if it's good news or not, but that's what's going into the battery from that terminal. What am I saying? That's what goes from the battery to the inverter. To the inverter. So it's drawing this much, this inverter. The voltage has gone up. Weird. Voltage is still going up. I don't know why. So, this is the current into oh, I see why now. What's going on? This came off. Okay. Oh, forget about all this. That's what I'm gonna do. So, this is the circuit, voltage doubler, right here. Again, we stabilized. Just dropped. Okay, the whole idea is get rid of this battery thing. Hold on. So this is quite a bit of current going into the inverter, but you know, a lot of that's what's going into these super caps, because if I disconnect the super caps, now current into the inverter from the battery is only that. Good. And there it goes. Just the battery powering the inverter. Only running the transformer, no load but these, is that in DC from the inverter. Plug in, filling up the super caps. DC side of the circuit. Now it's this much filling these caps and powering the inverter. Okay, I'm up to 13.6 of the super caps, and these combined, it's going to climb up until it reaches about 16 volts or so. God, all these. This is the voltage in AC. It's right here coming out of it. And that gets pumped up to double the volts with this voltage doubler. And it's rectified here. So I'm going to loop it right now. I'm going to pull the battery out of the circuit. I'm going to take this take this ammeter out. Okay, now I just have the battery running this, and now I'm going to hook up the positive lead from here to the positive over here. And the negative is hooked up, and I'll hook it to the jumper cable. Now when I take this off with this green wire still attached, it's going to be running off only the super caps and these caps, not the battery. Ready, set, now. Oh shoot. No, that's okay. They're all just no battery connected. 12.2. It's looping itself from these and these. Can you hear that dog? Anyways, so now it's going to drop steadily down to 11. It's not self-sustaining. And then the inverter beeper will go off. So it's still looping right now. And you know, I don't have any ferrule resonance happening in the transformer core, so that's what I want to get going next. Because if there's no ferrule resonance in the transformer core, it's just not going to work. Should be beeping any minute. There it goes. Okay, looping project. God, turn off. There. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Had a lot of comments. There's like Caesarus. He's talking about RLC circuits in the beginning in the output, and he talked about midpoint. Tim Tron talked about midpoint. I looked up what midpoint means, and I don't know. So thinking about that, like maybe and also the fork, send some of this power going out here, maybe get rid of the super caps altogether. They're kind of cheating, so I just fill up the super caps up like a battery and just let it loose, and it's going to loop just because of all the energy stored here. So I don't know. I don't know if I can get this to ferro resonate with this coil so thick. I mentioned in a comment, it's like ringing a copper bell as thick as a brick. It's just going to be kind of a dud. So I guess that's about it. Not so successful, but it was looped for about a minute or two. Okay, thanks for watching.